Welcome back to Out of the Blue. I'm Jen White. You've seen how the Business Engagement Center can help a large corporation stay at the leading edge of the technology frontier. But what about a smaller business that needs access to the same talent and resources? Now, your offices are on the Ann Arbor campus of the University of Michigan. Are most of the businesses you're working with also in the Ann Arbor area?
As I often like to say, we are the University of Michigan. We are not the University of Ann Arbor. We have made a huge effort to get the word out around the state. We're starting to see that pay dividends. It's been fantastic. Again, we want to be a statewide resource, and we really try and hammer that home. Our job is really to make that connection, to make those introductions for the company.
The Business Engagement Center really is the key driver of the University of Michigan's relationships with companies, both small and large. So without their support and without their push behind here, it'd be really difficult to be successful. Before this fair, it was really hard for a lot of small companies to engage with Michigan talent. They would come to a career fair and sit next to Google and Microsoft, which are great companies. They're not only just meeting with a small company, they're meeting with the CEO and the founder. And so it's a really great way for students to get excited about entrepreneurship.
The Business Engagement Center has really opened the door for us as small businesses to effectively build a relationship with the university in a way that has never existed before. So I really appreciate the fact that the university is now more approachable than they've ever been before.
Introducing companies like SRS Energy to the Empowered Career Fair is one of the many ways the BEC can help level the playing field for small businesses as they seek access to Michigan talent.
Yeah, we're looking for chemical engineers and analytical scientists is our primary focus for internships.
Entrepreneur and SRS President Tom Zartowski is not only growing a business, he's cultivating a new alternative energy source by growing algae for fuel. So Tom, there had to be some spark for you to start focusing on this kind of research into algae and how it can be used as a potential fuel source. What was that?
And the whole need for a homegrown fuel, it's really just overwhelming. That coupled with the sort of the CO2 challenge and the whole carbon balance challenge. Our SRS team has a lot of passion about this. I personally have a lot of passion about this.
Tell me a little bit about the process that you're using here to turn what we see in these beakers into a usable energy source.
So Jen, the algae is grown in very dilute form. It's a single cellular organism that reproduces very quickly. And from the open pond or a closed reactor, that algae is then concentrated into this very thick paste.
Wow, okay.
We call it the algae peanut butter.
I'm assuming it's not edible.
It is not edible.
So
this
from
algae
here,
isn't.
we move into what looks like a crude oil.
Yeah, this is algae oil crude. And it's loaded with all kinds of good things. This is a biodiesel.
Okay.
So we take the biocrude and then make products.
Now, you also have a new relationship with the Business Engagement Center at the University of Michigan. How has that relationship developed so far?
The relationship, Jen, is really only 3 or 4 months old. We knocked on the door. We were really well received in terms of a close small business.
Stella Wixom of the BEC visited with Tom at his company for his first engagement session. It's here that Tom could explore the specific types of opportunities the Business Engagement Center can offer smaller businesses around Michigan.
And to have the university with all the resources and analytical tools and engineering schools and students and postdocs, for us to be able to access some of that talent over there.
Looking into the future, do you see growth potential in that relationship?
I do. I mean, it's just limitless in terms of grants they're working on that we can work beside, or sponsored research we can work with the university on, or students, interns, co-ops. It's fantastic.
Now, were you somewhat surprised by the reception you got from the University of Michigan?
I was, and to be honest, our relationships with other universities, albeit somewhat limited, has been difficult to access the individual research space, and the Business Engagement Center is able to sort of collectively look at the work ongoing in this space and act as a liaison for us. So I was really pleasantly surprised how well they coordinated that for us.
Clearly, Michigan's economy is in flux right now. We're trying to find new pathways to success. How does the work you're doing fit into these larger plans?
I mean, this is something we talk about a lot lately, as you can imagine, given what's going on in the state of Michigan, but even more broadly, nationally and globally. Universities play a critical role in economic development. When I say that, though, people need to realize that universities are not economic development agencies. But we have an important role to play. We're a source of talent. We're a source of innovative ideas and thinking, which is going to be, the new companies that get formed, the future, the diversification of the state's economy.